night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well, it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well, then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Let some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a roof. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth it, Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God.
That wookie-woo, something. Know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that woo.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Sharper Type at NT and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN. Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Tap in with that tap to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. Hit that notification bell, hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. I'm walking back to the gym, you feel me? Had some training this morning. I'm on my way back to the gym to get some more training in, you feel me? Notification bell, hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest, everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. If you want to be a part of the Trap News Network family, hit me on Instagram, TRAPNEWSNETWORX, Trap News Network. Hit me up if you want to be a part of the Trap News Network family, paid correspondence. Hit me up if you're trying to get into that. We're going to jump into this content. I don't want no further do's or don'ts. Let's get into this content. Let's go.
West, bro, out west, it's always something going on, bro. Last time I came out here, you know, dig what I mean? They picked up Loose Cannon, that did a boy Brick Baby, and of course Big U. And now we got a war between Fig Munity World, No Jumper, WACK100, and DJ Akademiks. Now all of this seems to stem, it's still ongoing from the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. Now, evidently, DJ Akademiks has been buying tickets to go see the GNX tour. I guess he went to one of these shows. Now, according to Trell, you dig what I mean? DJ Akademiks got pressed like a California squeeze, man. Yes, indeed, it is in the opinion of Trell and Fig Munity World that when DJ Akademiks was approached by TDE members, man, they pressed them. I'm feeling like the cream filling in the middle of an oatmeal pie, man.
But can say anything, but they're not close to home.
Basically.
These two are close to home.
Yes, they're like, oh, you got pressed.
So maybe he thinks whatever situation, whatever he thinks happened, it's not.
It's all tied back to the TDE. So he's looking at it like that.
It's all tied back to Dave Freegating, not him in Detroit.
Basically, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and you got pressed.
Now, Trell stated that DJ Akademiks got pressed by a TDE member, man. Hey, that clearly didn't sit right with DJ Akademiks. Not only that, this clearly sparked up another conversation in this community because everybody had something to say about this, man. I'm talking about the Viral Way podcast, Dijon, Paul, Akademiks going crazy. Like, bro, always something popping off when I go out of town. But definitely caught some of the disrespect out there. So we finna go ahead and get off into some of that, man.
I want to say some make the other people feel like they have to say something. So I try to be fair. I left it alone, moved on. But I guess the guys who ain't involved, who probably are close to those guys, they got a lot to say. And apparently that's back on Fig. So I've never seen this clip, but I'll watch it now. Let's watch
got marked out there a couple days ago at the Detroit show, and he thought it was just a friendly talk. Well, that's why this is what he's saying to us. He thought it was just a cool little exchange. Right. But you got marked out, and it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Now you from TDE, boy. That's what Mac said.
Let me just play the whole clip again.
A couple days ago at the Detroit show, and he thought it was just a friendly talk. Well, that's why this is what he's saying to us. He thought it was just a cool little exchange.
Right.
But you got Mark.
It's very much a cool exchange. I literally said, if I went to the TDE show, after I said, if the blind TDE nigga ever lifts a hand, it will be the last day living. If I went there, and when we spoke, there was shout when me and Anthony shouted at each other at first. Then he came in, we sat down, we talked. And then me and Dave we just talked. He never shouted. If I said that, and I went to your show, uninvited, and I got marked out, yo, the West, y'all gotta do better, bro. Y'all gotta do better.
What we gotta stop allowing is lames and losers and lames when they get pressed to pretend like, oh no, that's not what happened. If that's what's marking out, is blah blah. Yeah, bro, you got marked out, bro. You got marked out. You had your head down. You was embarrassed. You got talked to like a little bitty boy. You feel me? You ain't have none of that hot pressure that you had on the internet. So here go the thing. You internet clowns, lames, Akademiks, pathetic fatsos. Y'all be talking real spicy on the internet, but then when you get to a person, oh well, they didn't do nothing to me. Nah, you was humble. You was communicative. You was real communicative. Oh, well, they didn't do nothing because you don't want no pressure. You was turned down. You was apologetic. You didn't just become real apologetic in real life and then get on a computer and act like you wasn't apologetic. No, Akademiks, you got marked out. In all 2025, we marking out busters and we not letting them apologize. We not letting them feel comfortable. You're going to get marked out. You're going to stay uncomfortable and you're going to stay in the 304's place. That's what we on.
It's okay, you know what I'm saying? Now you from TDE, boy. That's what Mac said.
Yeah, for real.
You from TDE now, boy. Now go sit your ass down right here. Sit down and get up when we tell you to. You feel me? You got marked out, boy. Coming over here talking about some, he said, because we can get at it. No, boy. We can get down. That's what we could do.
Yeah.
We could get down. You trying to get down? Is it personal for you? It's personal for me.
Yeah.
It's personal for you. We finna get down. No, it's just content, man. It's content. That's where I'm leaving it at.
These brothers are very misconstrued on the conversation. And the unfortunate part of it, I'm now starting to think, because y'all know how I get. I'm starting to think if they're speaking for TDE, because if they're speaking for TDE, I'll take it to 10,000 levels up. I can't tell if they're getting some information and trying to get their failing show some buzz, which I understand. Or if they're speaking for TDE, I'll start getting it up there that they gotta release the video. Now everybody gotta see it. So I'm trying to still remain respectful. But I'm getting to the point where I'm saying if they're the spokesperson for TDE, I'll have no problem introducing some disrespect to force that. I know they have a video, to force the video to come out that.
So as y'all was able to hear, according to Trell, DJ Akademiks got put in his place. You know dig what I mean by some TDE members, and I believe Dave East was one of them, and this was from Mac Wap's observation. Now y'all can see that DJ Akademiks is like, huh? He's like, what? Is this really what happened? It seems like he's recalling two different type of events, bro. And this wasn't it. So let's just go ahead and finish out what Ak had to say before we move on. You know dig what I mean, man, because it progressed. It definitely progressed.
I looked on their page today, and this shit was abysmal. I was like, 500 views 2 days ago. Then I realized, hold on. The only thing that got over like 10,000 views is Akademiks turns down the TDE fade. Hold on, I gotta zoom in that y'all can see it. So that's why I was like, nah, Ak, don't give him the stimmy. But I said, I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it. I wouldn't be, look right above it. 500, 28,000, 500. Okay, I can't lose my voice. Chat. I know Adam was taking it easy on y'all back on Fig, But I think I created y'all, and if you ever heard, if you got a good mama, a good dad, a good daddy, I brought y'all into this world and I'll take y'all out. Leave me alone. I brought y'all into this world and I'll take y'all out. Y'all would have been still that motherfucker jumper if it wasn't for me. I brought y'all into this world and Big Ack will take y'all out. Okay? It's the facts. Keep beefing with y'all slave master. All right? Adam, you can't let Kunta and them run off and not come back. You got to get them in. What's your Toby? All right, my bad. All right. Anyway, it's just jokes. No, as they said, it's just You see, y'all not even good at the content game like me to go content for content. That's the thing I was trying to tell y'all. Y'all can't try to content up. Like, y'all not even good at street shit.
Now, with that all being said, Akademiks is clearly afraid. Things that people say when they're afraid to get in the field, oh, you can't out-content me. You can't out-content me. You can't do this content stuff better than me. Ninjas is telling you to come outside, bro. You just got pressed out of concert. You out here talking about content, nigga. You was tangibly pressed. When Dave Free said we can get to it, that mean we can get down. You know what that mean. You know what that mean. So, like, that's like me saying, nigga, what's the deal? Y'all said what's the deal, but that's the way I said it wasn't, I wasn't asking you what's up. I wasn't asking you how your day going. Yeah, it could be interpreted as, hey, what's the deal, bro? Or, hey, what's the deal? Yeah, Mexican hairless? Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. White people love my rich dog. Six be mobbing with me to the gym. Anyway, come on, Six. Yeah, so I'll be like, hey, bro, what's the deal? That's different than, hey, bro, what's the deal? I said the same thing, but the context is extremely different. So Akademiks is playing with context and playing the semantics, but in reality, we know the truth. Let's keep going with this content.
Good at the street shit enough to make it content. Nigga, I'm the best at content, the greatest ever. Anyway, Adam, you owe me some money if I put the final nail in the coffin for them, all right? Because I know you've been waiting. I know you've been waiting. Oh, my God. All right, anyway. But yeah, this is how I created Back on Fig right here. I created it. I'm daddy. I'm daddy. Y'all were happy punching into a job, and I came in there and gaslit you. Like I should. Because I was tight of Adam a little bit. Gaslit you. And I watched it foster, and every time you had beef, I reacted to it, and had y'all call in. Yo, come on, call in. What? Adam did what? Yo, I'll pay you niggas like $1 billion. Just come over here. Just come over here. I looked up. Yo, we quit and we could do better by ourselves. What? Perfect. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The chat is undefeated. I'm sorry. So please, Back on Fig, get back on y'all job. Keep doing your thing. But please, punch within your league. Please, punch within your league, please. Please. Okay? All right.
So the narrative began to get spun. The DJ Akademiks, he coerced this whole thing himself. And what I'm saying about coerce this whole thing is that he's the reason why Trell, AD, Duno, and them left. You understand what I mean? Because he sat up there and put a value on them. He was fluffing them. You know what I'm saying? In the game, they call that charming and disarming. This is what he was doing while he was beefing with Adam. You know what I mean? So he could pump these dudes' heads up. So what Axe is? This is what Axe is. So he can pump these dudes' heads up to have them feeling more valuable than they are. Akademiks word. Now we finna go ahead and segue onto this next clip, which is Adam 22 and the No Jumper crew talking about it. And Adam 22 basically just kind of confirms what I just said. So let's get off into that.
You had Smacc acting like
I got holed out by Dave.
Okay.
Yeah.
and then you had T-Rail acting like Dave Free, and they was acting like then he was like they was doing the little rolls and shit.
They role played him punking him out, basically.
Yeah, what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
So that basically led to Akademiks just unloading on them, and he put out this narrative, which is basically true, where he basically talked about how the Back on Fig guys, he says he created Back on Fig, and the reason why he says the reason why he says that is because me and Ak, a few years back, we were kind of beefing. We were definitely at odds. And Akademiks started having people like Trell and AD on his stream, and he started gassing them up. He started telling them, Adam should be paying you guys at least $250,000 a year. He started telling, exactly, yeah. He started telling them that they were the real talent and that they were keeping No Jumper afloat, all this stuff. Basically just
come over here, I'll pay you more.
Exactly. He's telling them that he would give them like way more money, etc. He basically kind of like gassed them up into blocking their own blessings and leaving No Jumper and definitely making less money.
The fact that Lush would sit there and even allow that lie to go crazy when the truth is actually, in fact, that Lush is a huge part of the reason why AD quit, and then Trell and DOKNOW and them just kind of follow AD's lead and left with him and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Lush is actually the reason why that happened, and then Adam was actually extremely mad at Lush for that, to the point where Lush got fired for that. So why we're not talking about that, I'm not really sure. I don't think people remember that. I don't forget. Yeah, Lush was talking to the people in the Reddit or Discord or whatever the case may be, and he leaked the conversation that he had with Adam about AD. It was disrespectful to AD. AD got upset with Lush and got upset with Adam, and he quit. And now here we are. So, right.
The Art of War, I got to give that credit that was a masterfully played tactic.
Is that blocking their own blessings though?
I think so, because to me, what
they got their own thing going there.
Okay, but they already had their own thing going. AD already had Community, and then Trell already had Back on Fig.
I'm talking specifically with Trell.
Okay, but they already had Back on Fig, and they were doing Back on Fig for like a year while they were still at No Jumper. So they were getting paid off No Jumper, and then they also had their own platform. And their platform was bracking, in the words of you. It was bracking because of the fact that they were so tightly intertwined with No Jumper that anything that happened on No Jumper, they would actually stir up beef on No Jumper, and then they would go home and do their own stream and kind of react to it and hype it up and make it crazier or whatever. And like they were just killing it at that time. They were doing way bigger numbers and then also making money off No Jumper. Akademiks kind of put the battery in their back to believe that they were worth more. So then they left No Jumper. And now they're like not doing, and he even, he's going through their page and he's looking at the views and he's saying, look at how you're getting 500 views on this video and 1,000 views on this video, and then you talk about Akademiks and you're getting 30,000. Which I got to give it to him that was well played for Akademiks. But there's someone even in the chat saying AD was making more than a little 2K a month now. Man, Akademiks or AD said that he was 6-figure AD when he was here, and I'm not saying that he was lying. He was doing very well because he was doing a shitload of content, and he basically negotiated his contract when we were at the top of the market.
Yeah.
Which is no longer the case, to be totally honest. The market's definitely not what it used to be. But at that time, AD was able to negotiate more than we probably realistically would ever be able to pay somebody like him now, because of the fact that at that time, the numbers were booming so much and shit was doing so good because we were in the middle of the pandemic. COVID.
Now, this would provoke WACK100 to sit up there, you understand me, and jump off in this thing, man. He said he rocking with No Jumper, and furthermore, No Jumper is rocking with DJ Akademiks, and that's where he's staying with it, man. Yeah. Wack said he's drawing the line in the sand. He's standing with No Jumper, aka standing with the Academy. So let's get off into that, bro, because it got a little murky. It definitely got a little murky after that.
Don't be mistaken, homie. No Jumper, we stand with Akademiks, right? No Jumper and the Academy, we ride as one, ain't? No Jumper and the Academy, we ride as one. Ain't finna be all that double teaming, everybody thinking they bigger than the program. They listen, I hate to say it, it's a couple guys over there. Well, really one guy I got major love for. That's like family, but hey, listen, with war come casualties. Either y'all stand down with ACK, right? This just like war. The U.S., we keep our ships in the water everywhere. Whoever we with, we with. ACK ain't got to come this far, bro. Don't make us start firing shots. You been warned. You understand me? What's a community without No Jumper? Huh? Yeah. Fuck around and find out.
Now, after the narrative being run, you understand me, that DJ Akademiks was playing Geppetto, basically the puppet master behind the scenes and controlling Back on Fig's every move and determining their destiny, as well as community. AD said, nah, bro. Nah, because y'all know Akademiks like to leave AD out of it. That's that manipulative stuff. They like to play the mind games. But AD, he said, no. This time he said, no. It's time to catch that lost Feta Pomalotus. Yes, that almighty Feta Dinci. And by the way, free Suspect. We done forgot about Sus already. So let's get off into what AD had to say. He also said, Wack We catch that fade. If you want to catch that fade.
Talk about the disabled niggas I told you the last time, cuz. Since I'm the only nigga that got access to you, since I'm the only nigga that you say that you with, then honor the motherfucker. Nigga, I will fly to New Jersey. Nigga, we can get it in like men and get this shit out the way, nigga. But all that talking shit, that shit is out. On the set. And then Wack is with it too. Fuck bald-headed ass too. Nigga.
Like I said, a couple more people chimed in on this whole entire situation. These academics ultimately decided that, hey, bruh, I'm not finna keep you understand me pecking a back on Fig or whatever the case may be. I guess he's taking the high road. He said he's taking the high road. Now, shout out to back on Fig and Fig.
Now, I want to see which one of the no-jumper soldiers is going to stand in line. Flacco. Yeah, Flacco, ain't you a no-jumper soldier? You ain't going nowhere. I done told you, ninja. I'm a no-jumper mother soldier ninja. Pathetic fat, so you going to jump in there too? Because you infantile newborn academics, right? You infantile newborn academics, right? You say the same thing academics say. You model the same thing academics models. The only reason that you've never disrespected Trell and AD and them is because you're afraid to disrespect them. And you don't want to cut off. It's not because you got love for them. You got the same love for them academics have for them. You don't got no real love for them. You got the same false love academics got for them. The when beneficial. It's not beneficial no more, so throw it away. And now, you know, oh, the love was fake, the fake, the fake's fake. You thought it was real? So if Pathetic Fatso models his whole everything off of DJ Academics, you think that love is real? Oh. I'm just trying to see how many times we got to touch this fire before we realize it's hot. So we see last summer it was, oh, Rich Trapper, come on, bro, get off Wack head and blah, blah, blah. Now this summer is F Wack. Huh. I ain't been wrong yet about calling out a weirdo. Not one time I ain't been wrong yet about calling out a weirdo. Flacco gonna be the next one to cross. Get rid of the cancer before it spread, bro. Why wouldn't you cut that off? It's all good. Niggas like to play friendly until niggas don't want to play friendly no more. All that kumbaya shit. Let's keep going.
They thing over there. Everybody, they doing their thing. But like I said, a couple more people chimed in. We finna get into that Viral Way podcast. Then we finna jump off into that day jump pod. Like I say, I'm out here, baby, but I'm still working, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working, man. So let's get off into it.
Take on Akademiks crashing out on Trell and Smacc for reporting or podcasting, right? Podcast would be the better word, about Day Free and his interaction at the Kendrick concert. Really, I feel like you gotta take what Akademiks says and does with a grain of salt. Like Nipsey always said, you gotta ignore certain type of shit. Because in my opinion, if they keep pressing this line, because it looks like it's about to be an FMW versus academic back and forth banter war, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's going to bring plenty of clicks, but TDE could be like kind of the collateral damage in that, even though they kind of instigate the situation with Day Free approaching Akademiks. We'll speak to that in a moment, but what I'm saying is Akademiks is going to bring up the lawsuit. There's a lawsuit against Musa and different members of TDE staff. A young lady is suing. Now she's alleging that they doxed her information and the judge gave that motion, passed that motion or whatnot. So I feel like that's what's next. I feel like if they keep going back and forth with Akademiks, he's going to bring that lawsuit up on the big screen. He's going to thump through that on his Twitch. I've watched his content before. He's good for that. So it's like, yeah, you get the clicks and you know, and the exposure from going back and forth with such a hip hop, and I use that term loosely, a hip hop media giant. But once you start scrutinizing and really going through that TDE lawsuit on his platform, that's no bueno. I would think so. But let's take it back to the beginning. Akademiks pulled up to a Kendrick concert in Detroit. As a hip hop, again, I use that term loosely, because to me, he's more of just like a controversial media figure. I mean, I'm a controversial media figure as well, but to me, his is not rooted necessarily in the music. Like, he's more rooted in like the beef and the controversy that comes along with rappers and the streets sometimes. But when I go to a concert of an artist that doesn't fuck with me, his camp doesn't fuck with me, his fan base doesn't fuck with me, I've been unfairly hypercritical of, I've bashed, my platforms have bashed. I don't think my platforms bash any artists, so excluding that, but I mean, I'm wearing a Dom shirt, It's no secret Dom doesn't care for me. Dom Kenny doesn't care for DeJean Paul. He doesn't care for me. Our interactions have never been positive in person. Anytime he see me, he's walked right past me or looked the other way and XYZ. So, but I still go to his concerts. When he had 2 back-to-back concerts at the Novo last year, I still went because he's my favorite rapper. I love his music. But I don't think Kendrick is Akademiks' favorite rapper. I'm not saying he doesn't like any Kendrick songs, but he stated that that's not his favorite. I mean, his favorite rapper is Drake. So I don't know. I feel like obviously Akademiks going to the concert, that was content. That definitely was content. In my opinion, should Dave Free, because he's saying Dave Free didn't press him, they just had a conversation that had some give and take. Dave Free, in my opinion, shouldn't have given him any attention. Because now looks what happened again. This could snowball into him pulling up the TDE lawsuit on the big screens, which is in Axe character. That's his get down. And then what? Now it backfires. So you feel me? If TDE wasn't gonna beat him up or put their hands on him or violate or do XYZ, they should have just ignored him.
Now, I guess. Now, something that DeJean said that I do agree on. With these YouTube dudes, when you catch them, you got to do your big one. You got to do your big one. I ain't saying you got to put your hands on them, but you got to do your big one in a way that's cold enough to where even after it's over, they don't have nothing to stand on. Nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all to stand on. You got to hit them in a way so they could, it ain't no real bounce back. I ain't saying that you got to put your hands on them, but the disrespect and the press has to come in a way to where even when they get off camera, they can't explain it. They cannot explain it. You feel me? So I do agree with that. You feel me? You got to destroy in totality when you come with these YouTube dudes. You got to get them out of there. I learned. I didn't aim down low enough the first time. I got it though.
Hurricane Heather. Hurricane Heather. To come after the Akademiks. Y'all already know Hurricane Heather. You ever dig what I mean? Gonna drop that spice. Byway podcast said, no, he don't thought it was gangsters if T-Real did that. You understand me? He said he don't thought that would be gangster if T-Real did that. So let's get off into that.
Do I think T-Real should let his girl go off? Absolutely not. Like when we got an arm back and forth, I told him, like a good leader, you never let your girl get in a dispute between grown men. That ain't a woman's place. A woman got to play the sidelines. So hell no, he better not. Because once your girl get involved, now she's free game. And Akademiks, he gets super disrespectful to women. So unless you want your girl in that light, because you got to realize Akademiks got the biggest platform. It's going to be heard by everybody. So whatever he say about your girl or whatever he posts about your girl, everybody going to see that. So why would you even want to put her in that light? So hell no, he better not let her say nothing. It don't matter if she the breadwinner. You still the man. Your girl can make more money than you. You're still the man. You're still the leader.
Like I say, muy caliente, man, in the metaverse. The YouTube screen. Actually, this is like the YouTube suburbs in all actuality. Now, y'all heard what AD said, bro. It'll dig me. Y'all know AD, he one of the people, he like to keep his connections, his plugs and connections. But this time, it hit the fan. He said, you trying to pick on the disabled homie, Chicken Wing. And he was talking about T-Rail when he's called. He said, you picking on the disabled homie, bro. And that's not cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. And as a matter of fact, we're going to get down. And he told WACK100, hey, if you with that foolishness too, then we going to get down too. Now, who got that back fade, man? Nah, because y'all can't let AD catch both of them fades. Nah, bro. It'll dig what I'm saying. Because I think I just seen Akademiks put out a little demo. He put out a little demonstration. about what he'll do to somebody, you hear me? What he'll do to somebody if ever he got into that situation and that situation was to present itself in front of him, you hear me? Yeah, he gonna put paws on you, and I'm not talking Paw Patrol. But yeah, I think somebody need to jump back and get that back fade for our good brother AD, man. Pun, come on, bro. You be doing all of this game, what they call you, punstigator? Yeah. No, man, it's time for you to catch that fade with Wack, bro. It's time for you to catch that fade with Wack. It's time for you to catch that fade. Hey, y'all better quit barking up that tree, too. Yeah, y'all better keep barking up that tree for that baby Cuban Rob pop out the cut.
Now, with that being said, y'all know the deal, though. Red dots to the left, y'all know the rest. Pun. You got back phase, big dog. Get into that. We got it to the next one, though. Y'all know the deal. Free Avenue Angel tweets free. We gone.